Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone is welcome to join. We shall begin with our first participant, which happens to be Yokbe. Yokbe from New York. Hi, Yokbe.
Good evening, Ajahn.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, I want to know why, because now I keep my day off, keep my 2-8%, and also I remain or my 5%, because I want your guiding and how I can getting better. And
You talking about the precept?
yes,
What about it?
because I want to do more better, getting better.
Well, basically, you want to keep the 5 precepts every day of your life, if you can. This is considered to be the normal precept that a human being should maintain at all times. Can you do that? Keep the 5 precepts?
Yeah, normally, yes, I can do. Yeah.
Okay. Then on your day off, like when you not have to work, you can keep the 8 precepts and meditate all day. The 8 precept is for serious meditator who wants to meditate all day long. Then you have to give the 8 precepts so that you will have the time to do the meditation. Because the 8 precepts will prevent you from watching entertainment and eating, drinking too much excessively.
And also, can I do it 1 hour per, for example, because 1 hour is okay for my meditation?
You can, if you want to, if that's all you can do, it's just 1 hour. But the 8 precept, you can try to keep it if you like. If you cannot keep, if you only do 1 hour meditation, you might not need to keep the 8 precept. The 5 precept might be able to, because you will have all the other times to go do something else. So it's up to you. If you want to stop spending your time on pleasure, on sensual pleasures, on entertainment and things like that, then you keep the 8 precept. But if you just still want to watch TV, watch movies, and go out, then you cannot keep the 8 precept. 8 precept is for you to stay detached from the society, from people and things. Want you to live alone so you can do more meditation.
Oh, I see. Yeah. And Ajahn, can you explain the sati? How is pronounced? Sati, satiti.
Sati means mindfulness. It's the same word.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn. Thank you.
All right. Kok Seng from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajahn. Tonight I have questions to ask regarding my meditation practice. So I hope Ajahn can help to clarify my doubts. And that is each time when I sit down in meditation, I observe my in and out breath or anapanasati. So when I observe my in and out breath, I'm actually training myself in mindfulness. Am I correct, Ajahn?
Yes.
Okay. And when I focus my object of concentration, which is the breath. So each time when my mind drift away to some other thoughts, I when I become mindful, I will bring it back back to the breath, back to breath. So I'm practicing Samma Samadhi. Is that correct?
Not yet. You're practicing mindfulness. You haven't reached some samadhi yet.
Oh,
Samadhi is the goal, but in order to get there, you have to practice mindfulness to get there.
Samadhi. Oh, Samadhi is the goal. So
Yeah.
when we please correct me if I'm wrong. My thinking was when we focus on the breath, we are concentrating on our object of concentration, which is the breath. So isn't that considered as Samma Samadhi?
No, it's mindfulness, Samma Sati.
Okay. And if that is the case, then what is Samma Samadhi then?
When the mind becomes calm and still, when you don't have to watch your breath, you don't have to do anything.
Okay. So when the mind the mind, each time when I said the mind becomes calm, becomes tranquil, this is the product of
Mindfulness.
The mindfulness.
Yes, watching your breath.
Okay, a product of watching the breath. Okay.
Just keep watching your breath and don't worry about samadhi. Samadhi will come up when you have your mindfulness continuous.
So Prajan, meaning that Samma Samadhi is actually the result or the product of watching our breath.
Yes.
Okay.
When your mind becomes still.
Okay.
When your mind is not still yet, it's not samadhi yet.
Okay. And
it's like stopping an automobile. You just put on the brake, keep put until the automobile stop. Then when the automobile stop, then you have samadhi. When the mind stop, then you have samadhi.
Okay. And after and just before I finish my my Anapanasati, watching the breath. So the last few minutes, if there are something that I want to contemplate on, I will contemplate, and that is considered as vipassana or insight meditation.
No, not yet. You can call it that, but it's not. You have to have Samma Samadhi first before you can practice vipassana.
Oh.
Or it's just merely thinking without any usefulness of your thinking. You cannot stop your defilement.
Oh, so that contemplation is not considered as vipassana meditation.
Only when you can stop your defilement, then it's called vipassana.
Only when we can stop defilement, then consider it as vipassana.
Yeah.
And do we call it contemplation?
You are doing homework of vipassana. You haven't yet practiced vipassana. You're just doing the homework, laying the groundwork for vipassana.
Okay. Okay. If that being the case, so do I still continue to do contemplation in the last few minutes of after I finish my Anapanasati?
You have to do all day long, not just a few minutes. Yeah. The goal is not to forget the truth. And if you just do a few minutes, you'll forget. When you come out, you start thinking about the other thing. You'll forget about aging, sickness, and death. So you have to contemplate all the time.
Oh, okay. So in other words, we don't contemplate on other subjects, but just contemplate on aging, sickness, and death.
All the time until you're not afraid of aging, sickness, and death. Then that's vipassana. If you're still afraid of aging, sickness, and death, it's not yet vipassana.
Okay. Okay. Because the reason why I asked about the vipassana because my friends who not they are from the Theravada tradition, but of a different schools. So to them is that when they are thinking, that thinking itself is considered as vipassana meditation.
Well, they can say whatever they want. But vipassana is to get rid of your defilement, your dukkha. If you still have dukkha, then it's not vipassana yet. Okay.
Okay, I will. Yeah, thank you, Praja. I will contemplate over it.
All right. Next, Professor Ken of Switzerland.
Good afternoon, Tanajan.
By the way, what's the name of the town you're living in, or the city?
The town is called Biel, B-I-E-L.
I see. Okay.
It's
Now,
quite close to Bern.
Southern Switzerland.
No, it's quite far north. It's just north of Bern, the capital.
Bern. I see. Okay.
It's in the I'm still in the canton of Bern.
I thought Bern is down south.
No, Bern is in the middle.
Middle. Okay. But south of Zurich, right? Zurich is north.
Just about the same level as
About
Zurich.
the same level.
Zurich is east.
Just east and west.
Yeah, east and west.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Did Tanajan, did you visit Bern when you were here?
Yes. I actually I remember it was a Swiss National Day. I think August 1st, right?
1st of August, yeah.
1972.
Mm.
Because I saw the flag draped all across the town.
Mm.
I was going up to Interlaken and what you call it, Grindelwald, yeah. So
Okay.
I spent a day, I think a day or two in a guest house, I think, in which everybody, when we finish eating, we have to take turn washing dishes.
Okay.
Duty.
Okay, good.
Very nice, very quiet, very cold. You can see the Jungfrau from the house.
Mm.
Very close to that.
Yeah, the Jungfrau is about 100 kilometers from here, but I can still see it from my window.
You can see that too, every day or just on a clear day?
Only on a clear day. Today is very sunny and I can see it.
Okay. And you've been living there for a while now in Biel, teaching?
I just moved here in the summer. I moved over the summer.
Before you were somewhere else? Yeah.
I was in also close to Bern, but I had to move location during the summer now.
But it's still the same university?
Yeah, just a different location.
Different campus?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's get back to the Dhamma talk. Sorry.
That was good. Tanajan, I would like to ask about the walking meditation because I like to walk a long time. And my question is, how deep can the concentration go with walking meditation alone?
You can be absorbed and forget about everything around you sometimes if you're that focused.
Okay.
And you also feel a sense of calm and peace and detached from the surroundings. The goal is to stop your thoughts, not to think about anything, but just focus on one of the objects, whichever you choose, a mantra, your body walking, the step you take, whichever method you use. If you keep absorbed into this thing, eventually you become as if you pull inside and the rest of the world around you just there, but you're not, as if you don't care it exists, So it's good practice. You have to do it for a long time though, 1 hour, 2 hours, something like that, to really get the result. Because when you're starting, your mind's still going back and forth, thinking about other things. But as you progress, the mind becomes less active, less thinking. And then eventually the mind will stick to the movement of the body. You use the movement of the body as the object of your concentration.
Okay.
And you feel kind of light, as if you're walking on thin air, floating, in a way. Not as if the body becomes light. You don't feel heavy.
Okay.
But it can be different with different people. But the main thing is that the mind will become calm, peaceful, but not full concentration like when you're sitting.
Okay, so we still need to sit to go further.
Yeah, then after you walk for a while, you feel tired, then you continue with sitting meditation.
Okay.
Then this practice has to be continuous in order to get to the absorption, to the jhana.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Thank you very much, Ajahn. That's
All
clear.
right. Next, Naomi from Canada. I'm not sure which part. Still in Toronto.
Hello. Yeah, I'm still in Toronto.
I see. I thought you might move to a forest hermitage somewhere.
Well, I've spent a few months there. I think I'm going to spend a couple months, maybe, hopefully every year, a month or two at least.
I see.
Yeah, but I haven't. I haven't moved. Not yet, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're still practicing.
Yeah, I'm keeping up my practice. I'm trying to practice at least the same or more at home. And then I'm doing retreats by myself for some short times and some a bit longer. And then I'm spending some time at a forest monastery up north, north of where I am. It's a long drive, actually. It's maybe a 15-hour drive or a 2-hour flight north. There's a forest monastery in Canada. So I went there twice already, and I'm gonna go again in February.
Is it a Theravada monastery?
Yeah, it's the teacher is Ajahn Punadamo. He's in the Ajahn Chah lineage. He has a monastery there.
Good. Are there many monks there?
Just the one.
Just
It's
him.
very it's very small, and the town that it's near, there aren't very many. There's a small group of devoted lay people, but there aren't that many Buddhists who live there. It's quite small.
And he has facility for people to stay to meditate.
Yeah, there are about 6 or 7 cabins, so it's actually very good for practice. It's very secluded, and there are never that many people there, so it's quiet.
Okay, good. Good to hear.
I have a question today. For somebody who would like to do the Dhutanga practice of only eating from your one bowl for your food for the day, if they're offered, or if there is, say, some drinks like milk or juice, would the proper thing to be to just pour the milk and juice over everything?
It depends on the intensity of practice you want to do. If you feel that everything's gonna go and mix together in the stomach eventually anyway, why not mix it in the bowl? See, at least try it for once. See whether you have aversion or any problem with that or not. It's just a matter of training your mind to accept food as they come. Don't be choosy. Don't drink for that type of food or this type of food. If you still have that problem, then you should mix them all up.
Okay.
But you can maybe separate maybe the milk and the bread or something. Once they all mix, they become gluey or mushy. But it's up to you, it's up to you how the degree of practice you want to do. According to Long Tam Mahabhuai say, when monks eat in the bowl, they have about 3 levels of practices. The first level is to, when you put the food in there, you separate the rice on one corner, and the vegetables and meat on the other corner, and maybe the dessert on another corner. Okay, this is the level 1. The higher level, you just put everything in there without discrimination. Just put it anywhere. Don't separate them. Just put whatever you want. And the third one is to, once you put all this food together, you mix them all up before. So it depends on each individual's problem, I guess. If you feel you have a lot of problem with food, maybe you might want to, we call this to what you call torture the mind. In Thai, we use the word torture when we discipline the defilement. We have to torture the defilement. Or punish the defilement. Don't serve the defilement. Don't be the servant to your defilement. So you can choose with whichever level of practice you want to do, and as far as eating is concerned. But the goal is also not to eat too much. Even though sometimes you mix the food up and you say, hey, this still tastes good, and you still eat the same or more than you should, then that's also something you have to watch out for. Moderation in eating. Just enough to get rid of your hunger, but not to fill your stomach, to make you feel full. Normally, when you feel that you are not hungry anymore, then you stop and then you take maybe a cup of water or something to fill up the stomach instead. So it's also for convenience sake, really. If you eat in one bowl, then you won't have to worry about dishes to wash. Just one big dish, one bowl or something, and then put everything in it. And all you have to watch is just one bowl, maybe a spoon or fork that you use. So it's also for simplicity's sake. Eating, we should try to be as simple as possible. We don't want to waste time, our precious time on eating. We want to devote our time to the eating of the mind food, mental food, which is meditation, calm, mindfulness, and samadhi. So we want to reduce the amount of time we devote to our body and try to maximum the time for our mind. Because the body doesn't really give us anything except just to exist temporarily. Once the body dies, we don't get anything from the body. We don't get anything from looking well after the body. Only one purpose of looking well of the body is to use it for the Dhamma practice. Other than that, there's no use for the body, really. It's all used for the defilement. If you don't use the body for the Dhamma, then you automatically is using it for the defilement. So eat moderately and simply, and also not choosy. Just eat any type of food as long as they are not harmful to your body. Don't be a health nut. You have to choose organic food and this and that type of food, that can be a problem. It can become a hindrance, wasting your time, taking up your time and resources unnecessarily. Just eat any type of food that you feel is clean and safe for the body, and that's the job of maintaining life. That's all you. Because in the end, it's gonna die anyway, right? Whether you eat healthy food or not, specialized food or not, just eat whatever food is available. Amongst is from a monk perspective, monks are beggar, not they cannot choose the food they get from the people who give. They just take what is given and eat what is given. So if you still have problem with eating, like you still like this and that food, you might ask somebody to give you the menu instead you yourself. Or if you plan a menu, try to eat the food that you don't like to eat, to torture your defilement, to punish your defilement. Your defilement wants to eat the kind of food it likes to eat. So you want to punish it by eating something it doesn't like. But it's still usable, it still works, it's still good for the body, still keep the body going. Then eventually you will have no problem with food. When you're not eating, you completely forget about what kind of food you're gonna eat. But if you're still attached to particular type of food, even after you have finished eating, you still might thinking about the next meal, what you're gonna want to eat. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Like what I ate today, I didn't plan for it. What I ate this morning, and I don't know what I'm gonna eat tomorrow. But I just eventually eat something, because when you only eat once a day, when the time for you to eat is about 24 hours already gone past, so you're pretty much hungry, and any type of food, it seems to be good. So you will have appetite for any type of food if you only eat once a day. But if you eat many times a day, you don't have much appetite for food, so you might become choosy in order to eat something. So eating once a day is good practice, good for the body, good for the mind. The body will not be overweight from eating once a day. I think that there was a study that just came out that people who fast they can use fast to treat diabetes type 2, I think. Simple, diabetes type 2 is from overeating, right? Eating too much. So when you fast, then you get rid of the cause of the diabetes, overeating. And also it doesn't make you sleepy or drowsy when you meditate. Many benefits of eating once a day. And it's also preparation. If maybe in the future you want to become a nun or a mechi or a bhikkhuni, you might eat the monastery food. So whatever you get, you eat it. Eat to survive. Eat not for pleasure, for survival. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you so much.
How's your sis?
She's doing well. She's getting ready to go to Thailand. She'll be there I think she's leaving on January 1st, and she'll be there on January 2nd. I think everything is more or less arranged. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, she's just doing her last minute preparations, but
Okay, good.
yeah.
Good to hear that she not changing her mind the last
No.
minute.
No, not at all. I think she's very happy to be going.
Okay.
Yeah, she's very happy for the opportunity, I think.
All right. Good.
Mhm.
All right. Is that all for now?
Yeah, that's all. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'll go to the next participant.
Mhm.
Jake So from Penang.
Ajahn, good evening. Ajahn, for the walking meditation, beside walking forward, we also can walk backward, right?
Yes, especially when you're in a very tight space in which you cannot walk for a long distance. And if you keep turning around on a short path, you might get dizzy from turning around. So instead of turning around, you just walk backward instead. But you might want to know the back, whether it's clear or not. Nothing blocking your path. And if you reach the end of the path, you might want to put your hand behind your back so you know when you walk, when you get to the end of your path, when you get to the wall or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Because if you walk in your room, for instance, it might be difficult to turn around every 10 steps. You can become dizzy. Rather than turning, you just walk backward instead. And it also might force you to be more mindful also when you walk backward.
Walking side also okay, right, Ajahn?
I never walk walking side, I never walk, just walking forward and backward.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how you walk by sideways.
Step by step side, to the
It's
left
not
or to
normal.
the right.
It's not normal way of walking though, is it?
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Nanapat from Thailand, Ubon.
นมัสการค่ะท่านอาจารย์ I don't have any question ค่ะ Thank you for your teaching ค่ะท่านอาจารย์
Okay. We'll go to Alfredo from Brazil. Alfredo. Brazil didn't win the World Cup this year.
I went it. Last week, no energy here.
No energy here.
Yes,
Sad.
a lot of rain, a lot of rain, no energy. Here, the energy get off a lot. It's good. The sound is okay. No noise.
No noise. Okay.
Yes. But in your opinion, why the people think are have vipassana or are have enlightenment, or I have no problems in life? What a lot of monks get off your hope, né? It's a normal people. A lot of peoples prefer do things and work against meditation. What is your opinion about the people's stop meditation? A lot of students of Ajahn Chah, my friends, say me that jhana is not important. The important is a good mind. But they do retires. They do retires a lot, né? But they say that the important that samadhi is not so important. What is your opinion about people's stop practice? People's are thinking are enlightenment, Bante.
Yes, because they never taste the result you get from samadhi. They never reach the result of samadhi, so they don't know how important samadhi is, how good samadhi is. Yeah. and they thought that samadhi just doesn't give you any wisdom, so they dismiss the importance of samadhi. But wisdom cannot arise without samadhi as a support. Why? Because if your mind is still not fully absorbed or fully controlled under the control of mindfulness, you cannot force the mind to contemplate on wisdom all the time. You might be able to contemplate on briefly, and then your defilement will take over and take your mind away to think about some other thing. So you won't be able to see the Four Noble Truths at all time, or the three characteristics of existence at all time. You need to see it at all time in real time, so that your defilement cannot deceive you anymore.
Yes.
It's very hard to get to samadhi. That's why people don't think it's important, because they find it very difficult. So they dismiss this because they think thinking is wisdom. Thinking is not wisdom. The real wisdom is you have to be able to stop your defilement. Then this is real wisdom.
The knowing.
Yeah, you just have to use wisdom to stop your cravings, stop your hatred.
No peca, the knowing.
Yeah, you need that to stop it. Without ubeka, you cannot stop your defilement.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so don't listen to them. Listen to the Buddha. The Buddha says Samma Samadhi, followed by preceded by Samma Sati, Samma mindfulness.
Yes.
You need to develop mindfulness in order to get to samadhi. And once you get to samadhi, then you can then go to vipassana or wisdom to get rid of your dukkha, to get rid of your defilement, your cravings, and your desire.
Yes.
Right now we all have wisdom, but we cannot get our wisdom is not good enough to get rid of our cravings. We know the Four Noble Truths, we know the three characteristics of existence, we know a sukha, we know so many things, but we cannot use this thing to get rid of our defilement because we don't have ubeka.
And knowing too.
Well, same thing. Knowing ubeka is one and the same thing.
Same thing.
You have knowing, you have ubeka. You have ubeka, you have knowing.
Apana samadhi.
Yeah, apana samadhi.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
The noble, the Arya Sangha know this, né, Bhante?
Yeah. Every Arya Sangha has to have Samma Samadhi first before they can use the wisdom to get rid of the fetters, the 10 fetters.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Bhante.
Right.
And the year, Bhante, it's good this year, Bhante.
Yeah. Do you feel sad when Brazil lost in the World Cup?
Bhante, the year is finished. The year is finished.
I mean about the World Cup, Brazil losing the World Cup. How did you feel? Good or bad? You don't want to answer. Okay.
Brazil is having political problems, Bhante. The same Thailand.
Oh, okay.
military. Yeah, military is problem with no military persons.
Okay.
But it's normal, né, Bhante? It's samsara, né, Bhante?
Yeah, samsara, anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Yeah, it's important to have no climber, né, Bhante?
Mm-hmm.
No apego, né, Bhante?
All right. I'll go to Gary now, okay? Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Thanajan. I have no questions tonight, just happy to be listening in.
Okay, Adeline and Philip. So you plan how long you're gonna stay in Thailand on your next trip?
How many days is it?
4 days.
4 days. Yeah, 4 days.
Just 4 days.
Yeah, because the school is going to start
On the second.
on the second.
On the second New Year day.
Yeah, so because I think after COVID the semester is a bit messed up. We used to have long holidays during the year.
Holiday.
Yeah, the year end, but somehow this time, it's just shortened by quite a fair bit.
Okay.
So I don't have any questions tonight. I'm just glad to listen in. Yeah.
Me too.
Okay, good. Pan Niman from Malaysia. She's been here about 3 weeks, I think. She was here for 3 weeks, staying at Wat Yan and on the mountain.
Ajahn,
Yes.
I came back after 3 weeks, but I'm still feeling very peaceful and happy. And I feel peace is more important than material things. Ajahn, why is it still feeling so good and magical, even when I feel the presence of the monastery after 3 weeks?
Well, that maybe part of it is because you're maintaining your seclusion still. If you go out and start to socialize, then you'll start to lose it very quickly. And also, if you continue with your practice, also, you help to preserve what you have maintained, what you have developed. But eventually, you'll find that it will maybe decreases with time, and then you might feel the need to go back to more retreat to refill the peace that you have lost. So you still continue with your practice?
Yes.
As of now?
Yes. Ajahn, if I wish to be a male in the next life, and then be enjoying the monkhood after this life, in all the other lives, what can I do in this lifetime?
Well, you don't need to do anything. You just finish your work in this lifetime. So it's easier than postponing it for the next lifetime. Because next lifetime you don't know when you're gonna be reborn as a human and whether there will be Buddhism around to teach you or not. So you should take advantage of your good opportunity now. Which it doesn't matter whether you're male or female. The Buddha's mother could become enlightened, his wife could become enlightened. You know, there were many females during the Buddha's time that became enlightened. So it doesn't matter whether you're male or female, really. Whether you have the commitment to do the practice or not. Because it will be the same when you in your next life, you will have to make that commitment that you might try to postpone now anyway. Why postpone your commitment? And wait, like kicking the bucket down the road, you know, I'll do it tomorrow, not today. You keep doing this in your next lifetime, you probably say, oh, I'll wait and for another next lifetime because I got something else to do, you know. There's nothing worth doing, you know, except practicing Dhamma. That's the most important and most beneficial thing for you to do. So don't try to evade this practice. Don't try, you know, and try to give excuses that you got this or that to do. There's nothing as important as practicing the Dhamma. Because everything else that you do, they are useless. They don't last. You cannot take it with you.
Yes. Yes.
So you have the best opportunity now in a million lifetime, you know. So don't throw it away and wait for the next one, you know. You don't need to be a male. Oh, you know, it's not gender that makes the difference. Male or female still have the same defilement.
Okay. I
So keep
understand.
practicing dana, sila, and bhavana. That's all you need to do. Just keep maintaining this practice. Try to go more to retreat. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
You have to do it sooner or later. If not this lifetime, next lifetime, you're gonna have to do the same thing that you try to avoid doing now. So why do you try to avoid it for?
Yeah. When I was in Wat Yan, I was trying myself how many more retreats, how many more walking and sitting I want to repeat before I put in my perseverance to practice. I have been doing sitting, walking retreats for many life, and I'm still here. That was.
You shouldn't worry about how many. Just keep
I
doing
mean, in
it.
the past. So
Yeah.
when I was in the monastery, it just came to me how many more. Like I have been repeating the practice for so many lifetime, and I'm still postponing, like delaying my practice.
Yeah, just keep on practicing. Devote as much time for the practice as possible.
Okay.
Okay.
I understand. Thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Next, Belinda from Singapore.
Hello, Ajahn. I have one question. It's easy to see our aversion, the greed, and when it comes to ignorance, it's like there are blind spots where we can't see. So by asking questions, I realized, if you don't ask, then we stay ignorant. Are there any other ways that we could? I think ignorance is quite scary when you don't know that we make mistakes or when we can't see. So
You just follow the Buddha's path, then you can prevent ignorance from overcoming your thought, your mind. Just follow the Buddha's teaching. That's the path to wisdom, the path to knowing, to get rid of your delusion. Just keep practicing dana, charity, keep the precepts and meditate. And try to not do anything else but these three things, except those that is essential for maintaining life, like working, to pay for requisites of living, food, shelter, medicine, and clothing. That's all. Every other thing are all delusional. If you go out for holiday, you go for entertainment, these are all delusional acts.
Imagine if you go for education, like
it has to be a reason what type of education. If you have to study to make so that you can have a way of making your livelihood to maintain your body, then it's important to do. But if you want to get richer, so you go study more, then this is defilement also. If you already have enough to live with, then you don't need to study anything else. You should study just the Dhamma instead. Okay.
So I've been learning more about counseling, interpersonal skills, more like on the psychological area, to have a better understanding at the same time through the education. I'm not sure if it's going to help more or maybe more hindrance.
I think you should just study the Buddha's teaching. It's more clear and more to the point. And it's not so much studying, it's just a matter of practicing mindfulness. This is the way to understand your mind, is with mindfulness. Just practice mindfulness and you'll understand your mind, your emotion, your thoughts, everything. Practice mindfulness.
And also
Simple.
associate with the Sangha.
Well, associate with people who knows how to practice mindfulness. I don't want to use the word Sangha, because there are Sangha who doesn't practice mindfulness. So if you associate with them, then they won't teach you mindfulness. Just associate with people who will teach you mindfulness, or who knows things about mindfulness.
It's true. So as I navigate around, I would have to exercise my discernment. What is helping? Right, Ajahn? I would have to exercise discernment. Sometimes we are not skilled to discern.
Well, really, I don't know what you mean, but you don't have to know too much, All you have to know is how to do mindfulness, how to keep the precept.
Yes.
That's basically what you need to know. That's all. Other things, just know how to maintain your life, how to protect yourself from harm and danger. That's all. But you don't have to know about space. You don't have to know, physics or mathematics and things, anything of those nature. You don't need to know anything like that.
So when we discern who to associate with, we observe whether
you try to associate with people who practice the Buddha's teaching, and not associate with people who doesn't practice the Buddha's teaching. Because if they practice charity, then they will also encourage you to do the same. If they keep the precept, they will encourage you to do the same. If they meditate, they will encourage you to do the same thing they do. On the other hand, if they like to go drinking in pubs and bars, they will encourage you to go with them, right?
Tanja, I mean, among the sanghas, I mean, not.
The Sangha.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about.
Well, there are Sangha who just concentrate only on charity, on material things, like building temples, building whatever, more than what is needed. And that you'll be wasting time, and you wasting your precious time that you can use for your mindfulness. But you usually don't like to practice mindfulness. That's a problem.
Yes. We don't want to see our mind. We don't want the defilement.
We don't want to discipline the mind.
Yes.
The mind doesn't want to be disciplined.
Yeah.
So it keeps throwing up roadblocks, and trying to divert you to some other activities. Okay?
Thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Vandana from California now, Santa Clara, I remember.
Hi, Ajahn. Good morning. So I got the books. Check sent me from Canada.
Already?
Yes.
Quick,
I got it yesterday. And I was reading your biography. I started reading your biographies. Then I got to know that you spent time in California.
In
so
Fresno,
may I ask?
Fresno.
Oh, it's in Fresno, California. Okay.
Yeah, Fresno, California, Fresno
State
State
University.
College. Yeah, State College.
Okay.
It's university now. It used to be just college.
Oh, okay. Because we have community college where I teach in Santa Clara Mission College. So you mentioned that you went to junior college first, and then
I started at City College, Fresno City College.
Fresno City College.
Then I transferred after my second year. I transferred to.
Yeah, I was very happy to read that because I found common things. For example, you went to junior college. I teach at community college, and my son is in UC Santa Cruz doing computer science, and you also went for your engineering studies. So it was very nice to see some commonalities. And for the ice cream shop, my daughter works in the ice cream place. I just went straight to her that, oh, Ajahn was working in the ice cream place. So that was very nice.
I work for Carnation Ice Cream. I'm not sure whether they still exist or not.
Which one?
Carnation.
Carnation. Okay.
Carnation. The name of flower, I think.
Oh,
Carnation
yeah. Okay.
Ice Cream.
Okay. It must be. I will look for it. But that was very pleasant experience. I just started reading it. And yeah, I've been keeping up with my practice. It's just the defilement. I was listening to everyone. And of course, watching TV is one of my defilement, which I like watching like one show. It's a comedy show, but I can see my defilement clearly when I'm watching it, that and my mind giving excuses. It's okay. You deserve to be happy. So it's that's my defilement talking to me. I can see them now more clearly. And about the eating, yeah, I was very happy. I was very curious to understand this, why monks eat in one bowl, but now I got it clearly when you were explaining to the other girl. And I will try that too. I like experimenting with Buddha's teaching. So that's my, I love that, okay, something coming to me, I will experiment, just like defilements of watching TV, which is still overpowering me every day. I said to myself in the morning, okay, today I'm not going to watch that show, but again in the afternoon, because I wake up early, do meditation, walking, everything. Then I said, okay, I grade papers and submitting grades, and because this was the final week. So a lot of work I did this semester, teaching 4 classes, full load, and also participating in another project in college. So I thought, okay, I deserve to be happy, but that's my defilement telling me, no, you should just, yeah. So I feel I start to laugh when these defilement shows up, and then I gave up. I surrendered to them. That is the biggest defilement I had. And one more thing, which is the agitation about something. For example, some people went to India, of course, Bodh Gaya, and they commented on the poverty, looking at the poverty. And somehow I felt that agitation to respond back. And I could feel that in my body, that my body get agitated. And I started writing the comments, please do not comment on the surface level when you see poverty. India is improving. And I know that the truth that India has a lot of poverty, and I can see so many things which can be improved. But when someone else said that, I felt that they're judging me. So I felt agitated in my body, and I responded. So my question is that when I see that, how to not to react? I mean, I can see it, agitation, that my defilement's telling me to, okay, respond. And I give up.
Just accept it. This is part of the world, the way of the world. People like to criticize or praise somebody. If they like something, they praise. If they don't like, they criticize. This is part of life. It's like the weather. Just look at part of like weather. You get the snow, storm. You get the heat. And it's something you cannot prevent or avoid.
Yeah, and then I went ahead later on. I deleted my comment. Yeah. And I thought, but I gave up.
Just don't read them. That's all. Don't read anything. Just why do you want to read people's opinion? There's all types of opinion.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That
you don't even know who they are, and you just read and then you.
That's my That's
don't waste time. Don't waste your time on people's opinions.
Yeah, that is true. And Yeah, because I feel like that I try to see from all perspective, try to understand the other person, but I know that I have tons of defilement, and now it's coming up, and I can see them. That's a great thing that I can see them, and unless I see them, how can I overcome them? So yeah, but thank you so much for the books I got, and I said thank you to Czech and for being so kind to me, and now I'm going to start reading all the books.
Okay,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Next, I think it's Ricardo. Yeah, Ricardo from Uruguay. You're also coming next year, huh?
Yes, January. Today I will write to your secretary, so to make arrangements. Yesterday it was my birthday, and I had a reunion with my family and friends, and although I had a very good moments and sharing and all that, sometimes I feel better to be here where I'm alone and with no much noise and no much conversations. And although I know it's the samsara, but I have my preferences. And the good news is that I'm doing what you taught me about walking meditation with left and right. And it's helping me a lot because I have more and more mindfulness. And although sometimes I get identified with the anger or rejection, not aversion, but because sometimes I have some histories about some people, family and all that, that I can see that I've been told how to reject people, and I get attached to that. But anyways, this is the end of this year, and really I want to thank you for what you have taught me lately, and it has been a great help to be more mindful all the time. So I don't know if you want to share any comments or suggestion, and again, I am deeply thanks for your teachings.
I think you should thank the Buddha. It's the Buddha who taught this teaching. And the way to thank the Buddha is to keep practicing more mindfulness.
Yes.
That's all the Buddha wants from us, is to keep practicing mindfulness. And eventually wisdom. But first you need mindfulness before you can get to wisdom. The Buddha said, if you want to pay respect or show gratitude, do it by practicing, following his teaching.
All right.
Okay, so if you appreciate his teaching, then you must keep on practicing his teaching.
Yes, I will. I will. It's good benefit for me, my family, and all the people around.
It's the best benefit. In this world, there's nothing more beneficial than the teaching of the Buddha, the result of his teaching.
Right. Yes.
It makes your mind better. It makes your mind more calm, more peaceful, less agitation, less stress.
Yeah. It's true. Suffering does not come so easily. Dukkha does not come so easily, but yeah, I know we have to practice. If
you have mindfulness, you can stop dukkha most of the time.
Yes. the last comment that I feel sometimes like whatever defilement comes and I get attached to that. But with mindfulness, like it's like this, I can see the defilement and I don't get attached. There's some space, there's something like that.
Yes, defilement stop the attachment, stop the reaction.
Right.
Just to be merely knowing.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, see you in January.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Next, we'll go to Indonesia, Iwi from Medan.
Nama Putaya Ajahn. Today I no question Ajahn. Still no question.
Okay, good. Did you change your hairstyle already?
Yeah, I cut my hair more
Cut your
short.
hair. Feel
Yeah,
better?
like a mess. Very better.
Yeah.
It's so so how to say? No long hair is more better. Is better.
Yeah. No burden, less burden.
Yes.
Eventually, you want to shave your hair, shave your head, then there will be no burden on your head at all. Just like mine, see.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
The more you advance in Dhamma, you'll find the need to cut your hair shorter.
Yeah.
Because you said there's no point having hair for. What's the point of having hair?
That's the
To camouflage the asukha of the body. That's all.
Yeah.
That's why we have long hair.
Yes. When my hair fall down, I see my hair disgusting. But the hair is when still in head we see this head is very beautiful, but the hair fall down, we so disgusting.
That's right. When it falls into your food, you want to take it out right away.
Yeah.
But if it's on your head, it's okay.
Very good. Slowly, maybe one day no hair.
Good. It means you are progressing on your practice.
Slowly, my attachment to the hair is less and less.
Yeah, eventually you will not be attached to your body.
Because the body
It's anicca, it's anatta. It's not your body, really.
And everything is not beautiful. Not
Okay,
beautiful,
good.
really.
Okay, I'll go to the next participant. Diana from Wales. Hi, Diana.
Greetings, Ajahn. I haven't really, but I was wondering if you have any teaching that would be helpful over the holidays when we have a bit more pressure and a bit more people crowding in on us.
What do you mean?
We have here, I don't know what you have there, but we have the Christmas holidays and all the family come home and we have lots of cooking and lots of people all around.
Yes, it's the time to celebrate.
Have you got any teachings to remember to get through it?
Just moderation in eating, I guess. Maybe just eat once a day.
Yes. Thank
Practice
you.
eating once a day. Then you won't be overeating because of so much food, you know.
I was thinking more of the too many people. No time for solitude.
Yes, you just have to accept that this is the season of gathering, not the season of self-solitude.
Yeah.
If you want solitude, you can have stress because you are running or denying reality. So don't deny reality unless you can escape yourself from people. Then that's okay. If you can somehow excuse yourself and go away and be alone in a cabin somewhere. If not, then you just have to, you have to be graceful to people who come. You know? You have to be nice. You don't act as if they're not welcome or something.
Acceptance.
Yeah, acceptance of reality. But you can change your reality by removing yourself from where you are and go somewhere else where no one can follow you.
I don't think there is anywhere. But anyway, happy holidays, everybody.
Well, some people in Thailand, they go to monastery during this time to get away. That's one thing good about Thailand. Spiritually, people can still have a place to retreat to when they want to be alone.
The happy thing is I have my son is home from Thailand, and I have my children home, so that's really lovely.
Was he on a vacation or on a working holiday?
He's going to. I have one son who lives in Edinburgh, in Scotland, and the other son who was in Thailand. He's going to go up and live with him in Edinburgh. So they're going to get a flat together up there. So it's very cold up there, lots of snow.
Yes, in the north of England, Scotland.
Yes, yeah, but it's lovely to see them. I just have to stay peaceful.
Okay. No question tonight. Okay. Then I'll go to next, Christine Coe from Penang.
Good evening. I don't have question.
Okay. I'll go to Samsung. I'm not sure what your name is, but where are you from? Nobody, this is the first time.
My name is Cedric.
Cedric.
Yes.
Okay.
No, Budaya Tanajan.
Where are you from?
Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur.
Okay. Can I help you?
Last night I tried to meditate. Less than 1 minute, my eyes start blinking, and I started to feel very cold. Then my heartbeat went very fast. Then I also feel something came near my body, but I don't know what's that. I was in fear, and then I opened my eyes. Is that the session or is that nimitta?
You were not meditating properly. See, if you're meditating properly, these things won't happen. If you have mindfulness, you have to have mindfulness watching something, watching your breath or reciting a mantra.
I was initially concentrate on my breathing.
You have to keep concentrating non-stop. When you stop, then this thing can happen. That's all. It's what we call mental formation. Things created by the mind, these things that when you're sitting and doing nothing, when you're not controlling your mind, then the mind can start to produce things like this. So you should come back to your breath when things happen. It means you're not mindful anymore. If you're watching your breath, keep watching all the time. Don't go away from your breath. Then your mind can become calmer and more peaceful, and eventually it will become still. But if you don't watch your breath, then this thing that you mentioned will appear, can appear.
Okay.
Okay. So if you cannot maintain mindfulness, it means you have to practice more mindfulness before you meditate. You can use practicing mindfulness by reciting the mantra during your daily life. daily activity. You can keep watching your body movement, your body action. Don't let your mind go wondering about other things. This is to control your thoughts, your mind, so that when you meditate, the mind can become calm and still. If you don't have mindfulness, then you might only be able to concentrate on your breath for a few minutes, and then after that you forgot, or you just stop, and then you let your mind start to creating stuff to scare you. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bruce Lee from Indonesia.
Evening, Ajahn. I don't have any question. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, Sweden Czech from Canada, near Vancouver or Vancouver.
Hello,
Ajahn.
It's snowing here, Ajahn.
It's snowing in Vancouver also, huh?
Yeah.
We have a cold front
I see.
this week. Yeah, so it's we seldom have a lot of snow, but today we have a lot of snow. But it's quite peaceful when there's
Okay.
no
Vedana
traffic.
sent her thanks to you for sending her the books.
It's actually Kunjup that sent the book
Kunjup
to
did.
me, so I sent to then I sent to her. I'm the middleman, Ajahn.
Okay, any question tonight? Today?
Can an enlightened being like aware that he or she is asleep?
No, I don't know about it. I cannot speak for anybody, but when you sleep, you just don't know that you sleep. You don't have mindfulness. If you have mindfulness, then you won't be able to go to sleep.
Oh.
So you more or less turn up your mindfulness when you go to sleep.
Mm. That's only my questions. So our mind is tied to the body, but then when body go to sleep, and then the mind will be in its own world.
Well, I don't know. And I never thought anything about it before. It's just when you go to sleep, you go to sleep. What is there to analyze, What's more important is when you're awake, what do you do? That's what you have to be more mindful about. Because when you're awake, when you sleep, you cannot do anything. The karma take over your mind when you go to sleep or when you die.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, who else? I think that's about it for people in the room. So we'll go to Kun Lai, if there's any question from Facebook tonight.
Yes, there are 3 questions from Facebook and all from Poliang Soon. The first question is, can Ajahn explain how to practice Vipassana meditation? Thank you.
Vipassana is to teach your mind the truth of the 3 characteristics of existence, that everything exists temporarily, nothing lasts forever, and that everything doesn't belong to anybody. It belongs to nature. If you want to claim it to belong to you, you can become sad because you will not be able to keep it. So everything, including your body, your possession, everything in this world, are temporarily.
And second question is, how do we remind the mind that practice meditation is crucial for our present and future life?
By keep practicing mindfulness. If you keep practicing, then you won't forget that how important it is. If you don't practice, then you'll forget.
And last question is, how do we know that we are coming back for this life to practice meditation again? Thank you.
You'll find out when you discover your mind, and you'll find that your mind is constantly going after sensual pleasure, sensual objects. So you know the mind needs the body. So when this body disappears, then the mind will go look for a new body to return, so that it can go after more sensual pleasure, more sensual objects. Is that all?
Yes, that's all. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Anybody would like to ask more questions, you're welcome to raise your hand and unmute your microphone.
I see Vandana.
Vandana, you raised your hand before, right? Okay.
Yes, Ajahn, I was just wondering if you can, I'm not sure if it's my mind was creating it, but the last week or so when I first, sometime when I cannot focus, then I start to listen to mantra or chanting. So I started listening to the Ratna Sutra, Ratan Sutra. I think it's a jewel. I don't know if you know about it. And I started to cry so deeply. It was interesting because I never heard that sutra before, and it was in the Pali language. And monk was just chanting it, and then I just started crying for so long. And similar thing happened when I first heard that Prajna Paramita Sutra, the Shunyata. When I heard the word Shunyata, I started to cry. It's something, it's happened within only in these two sutras, first Prajna Paramita and then the Ratan Sutra. Ratan Sutra, I was so, it was interesting because I didn't even understand anything. For Prajna Paramita, I heard it in English because I do the Mahayana practice also. So we chant the Heart Sutra. But for the Ratana Sutra, I never in my dreams would heard it. I just started listening for just, okay, what it is. And then I started crying. Do you have any thoughts on that? Or it's just, again, my mind? I don't know. Thank you.
Just be aware of it, and that's all, and just make a note of it and then forget about it. No, really, it's not important to know why or what. As long as you don't react in a negative way or in a sad way. If you don't have any stress from it, it's okay. That's all. Just accept this part of the reality, of your reality. But if you're not saddened or being stressed by it, then you can forget it. Just treat it just like any other phenomena. Anicca dukkha anatta. Okay. Anybody else? Wan Liman first, okay. Wan Liman.
Ajahn, I saw in Ajahn Facebook explaining about craving for being and craving for non-being. What is meant by craving for non-being, Ajahn?
Well, there are actually two levels of craving for non-being. The lower level is craving to have something you don't like, like craving for, you don't want to have to, craving for not to be poor, not to be old, not to be sick. This is what on the mundane level. On the higher level, this is the craving for arupa jhana, non-being. Okay, understand?
Yeah, thank you.
See, we are attached to the samsara. Samsara is composed of the three realms of existence: the realm of sensual pleasure, the realm of rupa jhana pleasure, and the realm of arupa jhana pleasure. And this comes from the craving for sensual pleasure, craving for beings, and craving for non-being.
ท่านอาจารย์ arupa sensual refer to what? Arupa just now.
For non-being is craving for the arupa jhana.
Non-being, that means don't want to have a form or existence, is it?
I'm not sure what the translation might be misleading, but from what I can gather, since you have these three cravings, then you go to three different realms of existence. If you have sensual pleasure craving, then you go to the sensual realm. If you have jhana, rupa jhana realm, then you go to the rupa realm of existence.
Rupa realm is the human realm?
The Brahma realm. The Brahma realm.
Brahma realm. How about
also the rupa is also there are two types of Brahma: Rupa Brahma and Arupa Brahma. But on the lower level, on our existence, we tend to we want something and we don't want something. When you want something, this is for being, for craving for being is when you want something, and when you don't want something, then that's craving for not being.
Okay.
Craving for something and craving for not to have something, then that's not being.
Understand now. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. I think Melinda just raised her hand before, right?
Ajahn, I want to ask, like, how do we, we discussed earlier, like we know many, we know what to do, like delusion, we know we have to practice. Sometimes the defilement is so strong, it's pulling us on the other end too. So I hear that we have to accumulate merits. So when Dana is also part of one of the way to accumulate merits. So I just wonder, like, how Ajahn, like,
you have to have a tutor. You have to have a teacher to constantly remind you what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And the best teacher is the Buddha. Just study his teaching. The Buddha said, don't do bad karma, do only good karma. And purify your mind, get rid of your defilement. That's all you need to do. Can you not understand simply these three things that you need to do, taught by the Buddha? You know what bad karma are? Don't kill, don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie, don't commit adultery, sexual misconduct. And also don't take drugs or alcohol. Or gambling, do vices, avoid all the vices.
In order to maintain our sila, we also need to practice bhavana such that our mind is strong enough to anchor, not to gravitate towards the vices, right, Ajahn?
Well,
it's
all that you have to try to do, that's all. I think it's the other way around. Your sila will support your bhavana practice, not the other way around.
See, from my experience, sometimes we know what to do, but we need meditation to anchor, not to do it. We know not to. It's that, like, that all has to be done as much as possible to support one another. Like that's how for me, very stubborn, kilesa inside.
How do you know that you use pavana to anchor when you cannot pavana in the first place?
Like Ajahn said, we need tutor. We need to get in touch with the sangha, and then the constant reminder and the intention to.
Because keeping the precept is easier than practicing pavana. If you cannot keep the precept, how can you practice pavana?
I don't know. Sometimes I get a lot of like Ajahn say, at some point I need to learn how to cut off certain contexts. Otherwise, you get pulled out to. So I need to look for like Mangala Sutta. I really have to choose where I spend time, who I spend time with, and there will be friends who pull, and then that's when the sangha would remind to anchor the root of sila, a constant reminder, and including meditation to overcome fear, insecurity, and all, so that I do not gravitate towards vices or habits.
Okay, good. Whichever method you can use it to your advantage, then use it.
So how much dana we do?
I don't know. You yourself have to find out yourself. How can I tell you everything?
So dana can be,
when you eat, you don't ask me how much you should eat, right? When you eat, you don't ask me how much you should eat. So same thing with dana. How much dana you want to perform is up to you. The more you do, the better for you. That's all I can say. If you can give up all your money, that's the best thing, and go become a nun and live in the monastery.
So if I cannot give money, I can give service.
Whatever you can give, you know. Why cannot you give money? Because you're still attached to your money.
Insecure.
Yeah. The point is not to rely on money for your security, because money is not a reliable source of security. You want to rely on something more reliable, which is your practice. If you can practice, then you won't need money. If you can become a monk like me, then you won't need money, because you will always have somebody to look after you for food and for shelter.
I just never ask. You asked me like, hey, why don't you sign up or be Buddha's employee? And then my answer to you that I feel a lack of self-confidence, like there's self-doubt. So that's also one of the kilesa that need to be worked on.
Okay. So how are you going to go about getting rid of this doubt?
From the textbook, from the Buddha's textbook, it says to accumulate merits. 10 ways that I think I sing, like listening to Dhamma, like right now.
Okay.
Things like that. So I don't know. So Ajahn, is just patience, cultivate kanti.
Just putting in the work. The more work you do, the more advanced you'll become. Just keep on practicing, increasing your practice, increase your dana, increase your precept, increase your pavana. Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn. Very helpful. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Sulan, does she come in tonight? Normally she's in somewhere in the back. Oh, here she is. Hi, Sulan.
Oh, hello, Ajahn. How are you?
You've been hiding somewhere, huh?
Yeah, I was busy working on something, but I was still listening to Ajahn.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got any question tonight?
I think today I don't really have a question. Yeah. Let me think about it if I have any.
You have anything to report?
Anything to report? think I just feeling a little stressed. And then because I've been reading about your book on real happiness and also mind and the endless rebirth, something along this line. After that, I realized that I need to work harder, as in be more hardworking in the spiritual path. Yeah.
I mean, have you feel that you have more or less advanced on this path after all the time that you spend with us studying each week? Do you find that you have learned something more than what you knew before?
Yeah, actually, I feel that I've learned more compared to in the past, and then it through the question and answers, it also helped to clarify some of my doubts and clear some of the misperception I have. Yeah. Then there was, I think, 1 week when I was feeling very, very down. Then afterwards, I listened to you, and then I also read your books. Then slowly my state got better.
Your mental health is better now than before?
Yeah. My mental health is better now.
Okay. That's what we're trying to do here, to improve our mental health.
Yeah.
To reduce the stress that we have.
Oh,
So
yeah.
just watch this. We are here to reduce the stress in the mind. Stress reduction.
Yes, stress reduction.
Eventually, we should not have any stress at all if we succeed in our practice.
Yes. Oh, I think I was hearing like some of the other friends here are coming to visit you next year. Like just now I heard. So
yeah, I heard there are many people planning to come, and they've been inquiring about how to get here and where to stay and so forth.
Oh, okay. So
I don't know who they are. Might not be your friend, might be somebody else, but I'm just mentioning it in general.
Like ladies can also go and like visit you and stay.
Well, they can stay in the monastery. The temple has this dormitory type of accommodation where you can stay for a minimum of 3 nights and a maximum of 7 nights.
Oh, okay. So we can actually apply it through the admin visit.
But you have to also do the practice. It's not a holiday accommodation.
Oh, okay. I have to practice also. Yes.
Yeah, temples they have rules in which you have to get up at 4 in the morning to go do chanting and meditation, and eat once a day or eat twice a day. Keep the 8 precepts and things like this.
Yeah. Then actually I've been thinking about it. Like next year maybe I can actually come to Thailand like mid-January, but I haven't like got to plan it yet. Then I was thinking, will it be good to actually bring my parents along with me? They haven't meditated before. Would it be too much surprise for them?
I think it will be a big surprise.
Like the lifestyle, they may not be able to take.
If you want to take them, then you should treat it as a holiday trip and stay in hotels better than staying at temples.
Oh, okay. I see.
People who come to stay in the temples are more for the spiritual benefit, yeah. And they know the rules of the temples of the monastery. They've been used to. But the people who have never been used to going to stay in monastery before, it will be a big shock for them.
Yeah, so true. So I've been considering that should I just like bring them along to the temple and then make them practice.
Maybe just for sightseeing for them, and then because that's what more they're looking for. Not staying and meditating if they never meditate before.
Oh, okay. Oh, and
So
then
you have to decide what kind of trip you want to make. If you want to bring your parents, it's probably going to be a tourist trip, which you go sightseeing in different places. So it's better that you stay in hotel this way.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But if you want to come and meditate, then you could stay in the monastery or in the temple.
Okay. Let me think about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Please. Thank
All
you.
right. Anybody else would like to ask any more questions?
Evie.
Evie, okay.
Ajahn, my friend asking me this afternoon. She said that she has jealousy and anger inside her. This habit can appear easily. How to overcome it, Ajahn?
Well, it depends on what type of jealousy you have. If you are possessive of your possession and you're afraid that, like your husband, and you're afraid that your husband might go and have something to do with her, with other people, then you have to look at that, your husband is not somebody you can control, anicca, anatta, So she has to understand the impermanent nature of things. That things happen without your control. I'm not sure if I answered this question correctly. I'm not sure what do you mean by envy? When you envy of what?
But I tell her earlier, I said, I told her to assume that the jealousy and anger as a guest who don't need to be served. Just let it sit there. Sit here for how long? Just don't serve the jealousy and the anger of food and drink. Don't have to serve this guest over time. It will leave. I said that. Is that the correct answer, Ajahn?
Yes, this is Obeka. If you can do that, just know that it comes and go, and don't do what it wants you to do, to get angry or to do to say something bad or to do something bad. You should just restrain your mind.
I said you just know, okay, my jealousy is appear, but you don't have to suffer. I said that. I don't know she understand or not, but this is my answer to her. Yeah, maybe she understand what I say.
See, if you're jealous because somebody is better than you or richer than you, then you have to think that this is the law of karma. We did different type of karma in our past, so we reap the different consequence of our karma. People are richer because they did some more good karma than we did. We did more bad karma than they do. So we are not as rich as they are, for instance. So you can use the law of karma as the answer when you become envious or jealous of somebody.
And this is her question now. So I asking to Ajahn. Actually, I have already said to her that everything is anicca. You don't have to get angry for this, for that. This is not good for you. You can be stressed if you get angry for anybody. And jealousy. Who is suffering if you jealousy? It's you, not them. Don't know you jealous for them. Yeah, I told her like that.
That's good. That's the right thing to teach her, really. For her to accept that we are all different. Some are better than we, some are worse than we are, some are equal, so when you meet somebody better, you shouldn't be jealous of them.
Yeah, but she said, I still jealousy. You explain this to me, I still jealousy. How to overcome? So I asked Ajahn.
So I just told you that.
Yeah. And tomorrow I will tell her.
Okay.
Oh yeah, thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Anybody else? Kunla, okay, Kunla on Facebook. Falling soon again.
No, just one more question from Eli Hassan. Ajahn, when I do the sitting meditation, I have a feeling like being absorbed and disappear, and sometimes my head like falling down. Is it okay, or should I just ignore this phenomena? Thank you.
Well, if your head keeps falling down, it probably means you're not having mindfulness. If you have mindfulness, then your head should be straight, So if you can still concentrate on your meditation object, just keep concentrating on your meditation object and disregard everything that appears during your meditation. By the way, somebody came from Medan this morning and he gave me your mouse. He said, you send it to me. A mouse for using on the computer just in case, just to let you know that I have received it this morning. Okay. Well, looks like nobody else have any more questions. So maybe it's about time that I can call this meeting to an end. Thank you for your participation. I hope this meeting will benefit you somewhat and help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, Ajahn. Sadhu.
Sadhu. Thank you, Ajahn.
Everyone, good night,
Bye bye.
Everyone, thank you, Kunla.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.